Right now, Jodi Arias convicted first-degree murder. Let's go to Phoenix. Ted Rowlands is on the scene for us. I guess the reaction is coming in pretty quickly. She's convicted. This jury in Phoenix convicts her of first-degree murder of Travis Alexander.
Yeah, Wolf, well, outside the courthouse, when the verdict was read, there were cheers. Hundreds of people came down to the courthouse when they found out that the jury had reached a verdict. One of the people that is very invested in this is Chris Hughes. He is a family friend of the Alexanders. He's known Travis Alexander for pretty much his whole life, but he also has a unique perspective of knowing Jodi Arias. First, your reaction to the verdict.
It was a good day. We got justice for Travis today.
The family, you've talked to them since this verdict happened. This is not over. There's now the death phase. How are they coping with this, and what was their reaction?
Well, today was the major hurdle. You know, today was the major hurdle. What everybody is unified on is they wanted premeditated murder in the first degree, and that's what we got today. So they're happy, happy as they can be given the circumstances.
Do you and do you know, does the Alexander family want the death penalty?
It's my understanding that they do. I can't speak for them, but yes, that's my understanding.
You have the unique perspective because you knew Travis, but you also knew Jodi Arias, and she was in your home many times. Is it difficult for you to see somebody who used to be a friend in the defendant's chair who now may be facing the death penalty?
Yeah, well, what's really difficult is knowing what she did to my friend. You know, I mean, and we've had to deal with that for the last 5 years. So, you know, seeing her there today, I mean, you know, I'm just glad that we got the right verdict today. But, you know, the difficult thing for me is just knowing what she did to Travis in the last few moments of his life.
Will you testify? Would you be willing to testify in the penalty phase?
I'd be happy to. I've not been asked to, but absolutely, yeah.
What would you say to this jury?
I'm not sure. I've not thought about it.
What did Travis mean to not only you, but to the people that he had interacted with throughout his life?
Well, Travis Alexander was among, if not the best friend that I've ever had outside of my own family. You know, Travis taught me how to be a friend. He taught me how to serve. He taught me to be, to be genuinely good. I mean, Travis was a great guy. He really was. He was a great guy that got sucked into a bad relationship with a bad person.
His character was attacked, to say the least, by this defense team, basically calling him a pedophile at one point. How difficult was it for not only you, but for the family to hear those things?
Well, of course you're outraged, but, you know, you got to just take a step back, put the emotions aside for a moment and realize what they're doing. I mean, Jodi Arias was fighting for her life, and we know that she lies. And so that's what you do when you don't have a defense, right? You got to come up with lots of really thick, sticky smoke screen to distract the jury. But there was not one person who testified for the defense, not one person that testified for them that could come forward and say, oh, Travis hurt me in any way. Not a man, not a woman, not a child. They've had 5 years to find one. But instead they have, you know, crystal ball reading alleged experts that get up there and do that instead.
You obviously are invested in this. You were very interested in this, but thousands of people from around the world have been captivated by this trial. Were you surprised by the amount of attention it's gotten? And why do you think it is that people were so attracted to this?
I'm not sure, you know. I am surprised. You know, I mean, there's helicopters up in the sky right now, and there's cameras everywhere. This is outrageous. So yeah, I'm surprised, but I don't, you know, what do you say? I don't know.
Do you know why? Can you put your finger on it?
I don't. I mean, no, I can't. I mean, I've wondered that.
Chris Hughes, thank you very much. Yeah. And there's, Wolf, a long way to go for this jury. They'll begin the mitigation phase tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock local here in Phoenix. First, they have to decide whether or not the state of Arizona can seek the death penalty under the law, and then they will have to decide whether Jodi Arias will live or die.
And that will be based on whether or not the jury believes that she committed this first-degree murder in what is described as an especially cruel way. Much more on that coming up. We'll take another quick break. Once again, Jodi Arias guilty of first-degree murder.